Hey, what's going on, everyone? Kevin here at Madden Gaming, and today, instead of doing a Pokemon card opening video because it is almost Halloween, we're going to go ahead and carve a pumpkin. So I've got my pumpkin here. It's a little dirty. I need to clean it up before we start carving into it. But we've got a pumpkin we're going to be carving, and then hopefully I've got this video up before Halloween. But if not, it's still Halloween, so it should be good. And hopefully the pumpkin turns out well and I actually upload this, or if I upload it anyway, hopefully it's at least enjoyable. But after that, we do have some new Pokemon openings coming up. I did get my base set in, the collector set, which has a play mat, some sleeves and stuff. We're going to check that out really soon. And that's in from meobbyhobby.com. As well as the VMAX special set, VMAX special set. Sorry, I forgot what it was called. I had to read it for a second. There's going to be a brand new VMAX card in here. And I've actually got two of these, so we got a chance to find the brand new Cramorant and the brand new Delmise VMAX cards. So anyway, let's go ahead and head to my dining room because I cannot carve a pumpkin in here. I do not want to get pumpkin all over my regular recording stuff and my Pokemon cards, and that'd be a mess. So the video is going to be recorded in my dining room, and a lot of it might actually be time-lapse because it's probably going to take me quite a while to get this done. Alright, so let's head in there. Alright everyone, we're here in my dining room. The audio is going to be a little bit different than usual because normally I use a microphone, but when I'm away I got to use just the audio from the camera here, so it might sound a little different. We're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and cut it open and rip the guts out, and it'll be all time-lapsed, and then we'll get into this. But bear in mind also, I've never done a pumpkin like I'm trying to do today. I've always only done just the standard, you know, cut the holes out and that's it. I've never tried to do shading and detail and depth and stuff like that, so this should be pretty interesting. I've got two cameras going, so I've got different angles, so hopefully I can capture everything for you guys. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, I guess I can tell you what I'm doing. I printed out a haunter here. I'm going to be cutting out a haunter. I'll put the actual image I'm using on the screen. Now, I do not own this image. I did not make this image. I found it on Google. I don't know the original creator of the image, so if the video gets big, I mean, I'm not monetized, so it shouldn't be a problem. But if this video gets big and somehow gets ads put on it, and this is your image, you own the image, contact me if you have any problems. I also couldn't find my Scotch tape, so I'm using electrical tape. Should work pretty good. So what we're going to do here is we're going to just tape this image that I printed off down to the pumpkin, do a little hole poking thing, make sure we get the outline that we want done. Then I'll take it off and trace over it, and then we'll sort of cut it out. I've got a few different tools I'm going to try and use here. Like I said, I've never done something like this. So I've got an X-Acto knife, I've got the regular pumpkin carving tools, but because I'm trying to do shading and stuff, I didn't have anything to like scrape it with, so I've got like a repurposed bobby pin from my wife. So that hopefully that works out pretty good. Alright, I think we're good with that. I can go ahead and do our little hole poking thing with the. You guys try to see me with this little hole poker thingy here. Whew. Okay, so I've got all the holes poked. Hopefully the design looks good enough. I'm going to pull the paper off, trace it a little bit so I can see where the lines are at, and then get to work on cutting. Some of these details are kind of small, so hopefully this works out pretty good. Now, if you were good enough and you were confident in your skills, you could have just drawn this to begin with. You didn't have to do the pokey hole thingies. But I wanted to make sure it was as close to the image that I'm trying to go off of as possible. Okay, so here's where we're at. You guys can see it over there. We've got a hunter drawn on a pumpkin, so that's where we are. I'm noticing now the camera is looking a little lightly colored, but there's only so much I can do. The lighting in here is not set up for this kind of thing. So, now, let's see where to start. I think we're going to start with the eyes. We'll go ahead and get those detailed out, and like I said, I have an X-Acto knife here so I can get this stuff cut out exactly like I want without doing too much damage. I know it's going to be hard for me to actually show everything on the camera because I got to turn it to cut it. I'll try and do it as best I can so you guys can see, but it's going to be a little difficult from time to time. Alright, I got the two eyeballs removed pretty good, I think. The second one went much better and faster than the first one because I've kind of figured out what I'm doing a little bit. Now, whether they're deep enough or not, I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and grab a candle right now. I'm going to go ahead and grab a candle just to test out if those are deep enough to where the light actually shines through them or not. So, it might get dark in here for a second, but you might be able to see the eyes glowing already. Like I said, I've never done this before like this, so we're going to find out. Okay, Google. Dining room lights off. Okay, so the eyes do glow. I would like them to be brighter though because the eyes are one of the brightest features there are in this thing. So we're going to make them a little bit deeper and then we'll continue. Okay, we got most of the detail out of the mouth there. Now I just need to make it deeper and make sure it will look good when it's lit up. And then we'll probably test the lighting on it again just to make sure everything's looking good so far before we move on to everything else. It's not too bad. I mean, the candle itself might not be the brightest. I might have to use two candles, but you can clearly see the eyes and the mouth. So I think it's looking good so far. Okay, Google. Dining room lights on. If I were to put two candles in there, it might look better. So maybe we'll do two candles later on. For now, let's go ahead and keep going and see let me take a look at the image here and see what we're going to do next. Let's go ahead and just start getting the entire outline done. Doing it this way is actually working pretty well. I'm able to use the knife and just like glide under the top layer and just pull off just the very lightest layer of the pumpkin, which should allow the light to just barely come through, hopefully, and then give us the nice shape of the body. And then from there we'll darken some areas for shading and leave some areas light to make it look as close to the image as we can, but in pumpkin form. I'm gonna turn around and show you guys where I'm at so far. So this is what we got. You can see I'm just barely shaving off the top layer of the pumpkin here. I've just got these little tiny shavings I'm getting off, and that should just allow a small amount of light there so we can just see the whole body of the haunter. Hopefully, anyway. That's the goal. Okay, we got most of the stuff taken off. I still got to clean up a few areas where there's still a little bit of skin, but I think I'm gonna clean it up a little bit here in the mouth. There's a lot of the skin and stuff fell back inside of it when I was doing that, and then we're gonna put 2 candles in it and test out and see how it looks so far. And if the mouth and stuff still aren't glowing bright enough for me at the end, I may end up going through and cutting the mouth and the eyes out completely. Let me go grab a second candle. It's coming along. As you can see, it doesn't look too bad. Actually, it looks better from farther away. You can see the whole body of the haunter. You can see the eyes are glowing, the mouth's glowing. So, we've just got to get the hands done, clean up some more details, like right here where you can see the light's not shining through properly. And then we'll work on getting some areas dug out further than others. That way we've got actual detail and stuff showing through for the haunter. Okay, we've got the entire body and outline and everything cut out. Let's take a look at it with the lights on, the candles, I guess, and see what it looks like. And then I'll put the image of what we want it to look like on the screen again. That way we can see where we need to darken it, where we need to, well, we can't lighten anything. Or actually, we can lighten things, we can't darken things. So we'll see where we need to make things look brighter and where we need to leave things alone. That way we can get the detail we actually want to come through. So let's get these candles going again. Alright, it's not looking too bad. The lines between the hands and the body, I think I need to make a little bit brighter because they are hard to see right now. And then on the image I'm going with here, the nose should be lighter because there's a little bit of the shading, I guess, makes this look a little bit lighter. And I like the way it looks, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to try and darken up the two areas up here on the little horns. That way there's a little bit more light shining through there, as well as a little bit more depth on the hands. And then I might try to do a little bit of the flames coming off of it, or actually add my own little bit of flames around it. I don't want to do too much and take away from it, because otherwise it's going to not look so great. So, alright, let's get the lights back on and keep working on this. Okay, Google. Dining room lights on. Alright, let me get as much of this stuff out of here as I can. And we're going to light it up again and take a look. And then, like I said, I might end up cutting the eyes and the mouth out completely. That way we can see those, because those should be the brightest features we have in this thing. Alright, let me get these candles going. Alright, I got most of this done here. I'm going to just maybe touch up a little bit more shading, and then I'm going to throw a little clip up at the end with it lit up in a dark area, because it's still daylight here. So, I mean, I turned this one light off, but I've still got the lights on in there, the sunlight from the windows, and all this stuff. So, it'll probably look better once I got more lights out, and I'm going to darken up, or deepen some areas so more light shines through. But, that's going to be mostly it for the carving. You guys seen how I did it. You've seen most of the work. And if you want to try and recreate something like this, you got a little bit more knowledge on how to do it. Like I said, the crisscross and then scraping out pattern or method worked pretty good for deepening areas and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and like I said, at the end of this there should be like a little panorama view of the actual finished pumpkin. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, and whether or not you like the haunter design and if it turned out pretty cool or not. Like I said, first time I've ever done something like this, so not the greatest, but at least I know how to do it again if I ever want to try it again. But I will see you guys soon for another Pokemon card opening video. I do have the new stuff I showed you at the beginning, so that should be pretty cool. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time. See ya.